Hey, good morning, Peter. How are you today?
I am much. I'm great. I feel happy to be sharing the news about this beautiful book. So
Well, it is a beautiful book. And first of all, before we start, I want to let you know that I'm talking to you from Toronto. I know that you are born here in Canada, not too far, Weston, Ontario.
that correct. That is correct. I am a Canadian. Very proud to be a Canadian, and I love Canada. I love all my Canadian friends. So awesome to be connected today.
Good stuff. Well, we're very proud of you, my friend, and all the beautiful things that you've given us. And oh my goodness, this book is absolutely gorgeous. Your illustrations, you've outdone yourself, I have to tell you.
I appreciate that. It was a lot of work. Um, there was a lot of flowers on the cover and a lot of detail.
Yes. Yes, I want absolutely. Oh, the flowers are stunning. Honestly, I really just want to frame each page. It's just beautiful. But I want to ask you, how did you know? I can't. First of all, I can't even believe that it's 50 years since Yusuf Cat Stevens wrote the song and this album. I remember listening to it over and over and over as a kid. What was your first connection to this music?
Yeah, well, right. I'm also amazed that it could be 50 years. I think we blinked, and then here we are. And this song "Peace Train" is featured on this album, "Teaser and the Fire Cat," and this is my actual copy from my collection. My twin brother and I bought this back in 1971, 72, and so we still have it. And we played this over and over and over again. Loved Cat then, and of course, love Cat now. And it's it's pretty surreal to be here 50 years later with a book of the same name.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. How did you connect with him for this project?
Yeah, well, Yusuf Cat Stevens, he was poking around the New York publishing community saying, does anyone know Peter Reynolds? And a few dot connections were made, and HarperCollins set up a Zoom call, and I got to chat during lockdown with the amazing Yusuf Cat Stevens. And he said, I'm a huge fan of your work. And of course, I'm like ready to fall off my chair. And I said, well, I'm a huge fan of your work. And so he said, could you imagine my song Peace Train as a picture book? And I put the record on my record player and I listened to it. And of course, this amazing animated movie appeared in my head. And I started sketching, and here we are. And the book is out and debuted at #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. So I guess the world needed this book right now.
The world, I was going to say, totally needs this book right now, because when you listen to the lyrics, it is probably more relevant today than it was 50. Well, almost the same, but it just resonates so much.
Right.
Don't you agree?
I totally agree. I mean, in some ways, it's kind of sad that we still need this book, because I think optimistically, I thought it all would get better. But there's in the book. Now, I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go hating? And there's obviously conflicts around the world, but even in our own country, the world has sort of we've divided, and we need to get it back together, people, and realize that we're on one planet, we're on one train, we're on one journey. And I hope this book reminds people to be more positive, to be kinder to each other, and realize like love and peace start right there, right with each and every one of us. So I hope this book inspires people to have that feeling and share it.
Oh, it will. 100%. How can it not? It's just absolutely beautiful. I want to ask you, you were saying that when you put on the music and you have this vision of like a movie in your head, how do you, Peter, envision the colors and what peace will look like as an illustration?
It's well, if you peek inside of my head, it's a pretty a pretty wonderful, whimsical place already. But this the lyrics about this peace train, I just imagined it being something, bright and positive and yeah, whimsical. And instead of, black smoke pouring out from the smokestack, I thought, let's be a little bit more eco-conscious and have love pouring out of this smokestack. And there are flowers, and Kat actually suggested that I sprinkle in a little cosmic universal peace. So there are stars and planets. So that's Yusuf Kat's addition. He actually was fun to collaborate with. So much so that we're collaborating again, which might be top secret, but I'll come back and share that news with you soon.
Oh, fantastic. Canada has an exclusive. I love that. Okay, before we wrap up, I have to ask you this because as a child, even when I'm sitting in class, when I was a kid, whatever, I was always doodling. I'm such a doodler. What is your advice to children, who might want to become illustrators later in life? How did you know that was what you wanted to do?
Well, I think I noticed that when I would doodle and draw, I was happier. I was more joyful, and I just kept going. And in fact, that's my advice to everybody, including adults too, because by the way, this picture book is for all ages. All of my books are for all ages. And in fact, I think parents, grown-ups need that little reminder to be creative and not to hold it in, let it out, let it flow. And my advice is keep going, never stop. Try to make a little drawing every day, a little doodle. Draw a peace sign today. How about that? As you're listening to this, just take a pen and a pencil and draw a little peace sign, and maybe turn it into a flower and plant that flower, share that, and let it bloom.
That's amazing. Thank you for that. I love that. Thank you so much for your time. And, like I said, I know that you live in the States now, but you're still making Canada proud. So
Yeah.
this is such a beautiful, beautiful book. And we hope to get you back here in the country sometime soon. Thank you for your time today, Peter.
Thank you. And I'm sending you a peace train ticket. All right. I'll meet you in the cafe car.
Oh, I will jump on board. Have a good weekend, my friend. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.